Welcome to episode 147 of the Hurricane Mike Show. Where last week, man, Dad, you went 6-8, I went 8-6. But guess what? Those records are going to be more than Atlanta does all season. Because why, Dad?
Because Atlanta can't suck.
Amen to that. Yep. But yeah, we both, I went 8-6, you went 6-8. We both have the same record at 47-30-1.
Whoa.
So there's that. We're both doing pretty good, Dad, this season. We're both doing pretty well.
Not a good start to the week after last night, though.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. We both had the Eagles winning.
Didn't see that coming, bro. Didn't see that coming.
Bro, it's like, for some reason, in the back of my mind, I was like, you know what would be hilarious? Is if the Giants do beat the Eagles after we just destroyed the Giants. Does that mean we're better than the Eagles?
No, but you know what I did realize after last night?
What?
That I think this is the last time you will ever see Russell Wilson take another snap for the New York Giants. I mean, it might be his last snap in the NFL. I mean, not because he got in there and threw a bad pass and got booed off the field. Not about that. But when was the last time a player gets shaken up, goes to the blue tent, and you see the head coach go in there to check on him? Has that ever happened before?
I don't think so.
You know why, right? You know why? He's going in there telling the trainers, hey, if he could breathe, he could play. All right? He's got Russell Wilson on the team. So if he could breathe, he could play.
Yeah, it's weird because like Russell Wilson isn't like a terrible quarterback, but it's like he's just not that guy. He's not that guy no more. It's like it was weird because I've never seen anybody play themselves out of the Hall of Fame because I'm gonna lie. In Seattle, I thought that man was a sure first ballot Hall of Famer when he hangs it up. Nah, I'm not so sure anymore. Like he might get in as one of those veteran guys, but I don't think he's first ballot no more. It's like, whew. I've never seen a guy play themselves out of the Hall of Fame. Like even how wishy-washy Rodgers has been the past couple of years, he's still a first ballot Hall of Famer, whether you want to admit it or not. I don't know if I can say the same for poor old Russ. Okay, but now let's get to what we're actually here for. Wrong paper. NFL predictions. Now, Eagles, man, we already went over that. They got curve stomped by Jackson Dart. Anyways, let's move on. Well, I guess this isn't really us moving on. It's just us going over the first game. As Sunday, 8:30 in the morning, we're going over to London as we got the Denver Broncos playing the New York Jets. And the man, last week, bro, Broncos stunned the Eagles. Now, is that a sentiment to how good Denver is, or is that how bad the Eagles are? Because they just lost to the freaking Giants. So I don't even know what to think about the Eagles no more. The Jets, on the other hand, well, let's say it together. They the Jets. So, yeah, what's your pick for this one?
Well, this weekend, I'm feeling like there could be some upsets brewing. It could be some upsets brewing. We had one last night. I didn't see that coming. But this one, I still don't see an upset coming. So I'm going to go with the Broncos to win this football game. I do have some more upset picks coming later, but this ain't it. Broncos going to win this game 26-18.
26-18, you say?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. I agree with you. I think it's gonna be closer than what some people are thinking. I would not be shocked if the Jets pull out the win, though. I won't be shocked. I ain't gonna lie. But I do have Denver holding off to a final score of 22-19. Now let's go to the 12 o'clock games. The Los Angeles Rams at the Baltimore Ravens. Rams last week. They literally fumbled the game away against the 49ers. And the Ravens, no Lamar, meant nothing went right last week. So what is your pick for this game?
Give me a second. Let me bring up my stuff here. All right. So another game without Lamar Jackson, it seems. I think he was ruled out of this game.
Yeah, he got ruled out earlier today.
Yeah, so I would love to see an upset here. The Ravens are at home, but no, I don't think they have it. I mean, without Lamar Jackson and with the defense just giving up, 40 burgers left and right, I can't pick the Ravens right now until I see them win. Until I see them start playing better, I can't pick them against nobody. So give me the Rams here, 23-17.
All right. I actually have an upset. I think the Ravens pull it out. Look, their defense is going to be like, bro, we just got 40 bombed by the Texans. They're going to look at that. Zach Orr, who's the Ravens DC, came out yesterday and said he's not worried about his job security, and I think he's going to try to make a statement. I'm not saying the Rams will even score under 20 points, but what I'm saying is that it's going to be good enough for the Ravens to win. I think Cooper Rush is one of the better backups. He just has to play like one of the better backups. But, I mean, we've seen him with the Cowboys, what he can do. So give me the Ravens to win this one, 25-23. Ravens win. Next game, we got the Dallas Cowboys at the Carolina Panthers. Cowboys a week ago beat up on the poor Jets. And the Panthers, they looked like they were about to beat up. The Panthers looked like for a quarter that they were about to get blown out by the Dolphins. And then they were like, nope. April Fools, and then they came back and won that game. So, how do you feel this game's going to go?
This is a tough one for me. Because as much as I don't like the Panthers, and I've said, I'm on the record saying I don't think they're going to win many games this year. They already won 2 early this season, and, I'm like, that's amazing, bro. But I think they win at home this week. I think the Cowgirls go in there and lay an egg. I think the Panthers win this game 19-17.
Okay. I got the Cowboys winning this one. Look, Panthers, they a little flimsy. They got a little flimsy win last week, but I don't think that's really gonna last. I think the Cowboys, coming off of Prescott's probably one of his best games in a couple of years. Give me Dallas to win this one 30-20. Next one, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Indianapolis Colts. Cardinals, man. A week ago, they let one slip by against the Tennessee Titans in the game where they seemingly had won. They had the game won on a 70-plus yard touchdown run by Martin Mercado just for him to fumble the ball with a premature celebration. And what happened after that? The Cardinals again interception. They got the game won, right? How about them fumbling the ball just for the Titans to score a touchdown? And then Titans at the game-winning field goal. So a lot of stuff went wrong for Arizona in that fourth quarter last week. And the Colts, well, somehow, someway, they are 4-1 and currently the best team in the AFC by seed. After destroying the living life out of every single Raiders fan. So, what's your prediction for this one?
Well, I've been telling you for a few weeks right now that I kind of like the Colts. I like what they're doing. I like Danny Dimes over there. I like the running back. I mean, I think they're definitely going to beat the Cardinals. I mean, really. I mean, so give me a score of 30-20. The Colts win at home.
30-20, he says. All right, let me get this up. All right, okay. All right, I got the Colts winning too. Look, I don't think the Cardinals are a bad team, but neither are the Colts, clearly. I mean, they're 4-1 for crying out loud. I think it's going to be a defensive game. I like both of the defenses that are going to be playing. However, give me the Colts to win this one 15-14. Why? Because I said so. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Jacksonville Jaguars. You would think 35 points would be enough to win a football game. Unless you're the Seattle Seahawks, because they scored 35 last week and still lost somehow. And the Jaguars, they had a win against the Chiefs where I'm still stunned at what I looked at. Seahawks Jaguars dead in Duval. What is your pick?
I think Duval is going down in this particular game. I think, the Jaguars, they kind of lucked up last week. I mean, there's not going to be no Chris Jones this week. Stop playing and just let you run for a touchdown. So I think Seattle's going on the road to Duval and going to put that win in the win column. So give me Seattle 24, Jaguars 18.
24-18, the brother says. Well, I got Seattle winning as well. I think it's going to be another defensive game. Give me Seattle to win 19-15. Next game, we got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Miami Dolphins. Last week, man, the Chargers laid an egg against Washington from the second quarter to the fourth quarter, scoring 0 points after they got their 10 points in the first quarter. Then they were like, okay, we're going to stop giving the crap. And the Dolphins, well, depression lies with them as they blew a 17-0 lead against the Carolina Panthers. That was your pick for this one.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins are just trash. And I think the Chargers are going to want to get that taste out of their mouth from last week. They're a better team than they showed last week. So I think they come out and they start fast in this game. And I think they beat the Dolphins. And I think it's a score of 34-10.
34-10. Yeah, I got Chargers winning too, 16-15. Look, Miami, they're just without Tyreek. They were nothing with Tyreek. So if you take Tyreek off that team, now they're double nothing. It's like, bruh, I don't know what to say. If I'm a Dolphins fan, which I'm not, but if I was, I would be like, darn it. Next, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Last week, Dylan Gabriel showed some promise and nearly took down the Minnesota Vikings in London. And in fact, that actually brings me to a point. I keep forgetting to do this, but we actually have two teams on bye week. So I know it's kind of a weird part to stop, but just trying to acknowledge Houston Texans, Minnesota Vikings are all on bye week. So if you're a fan of those teams, go to bed. Anyways, Browns Steelers. Like I said, Browns last week nearly pulled off a win against the Vikings. It's not the most impressive game to almost beat, but it's like Dylan Gabriel such a promise. Shedeur Sanders has already been elevated up to the backup quarterback spot after they traded away Joey Boy. And the Steelers, well, they didn't play last week, so this is their first game in 2 weeks as they had their bye. What is your prediction?
Oh, Brownie. Poor Brownie. Poor Brownie. Well, I'm saying poor Brownie, but this is one of the upsets I think is going to happen this weekend. I think the Brownies are going into Pittsburgh, and the Brownies been playing okay defense. I mean, they do got a good pass rush. I think they're going to bang Rodgers around a little bit, get him off his 41-year-old rocker. And I think the Browns come out with a victory. I think it's 18-13.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I'm going the Browns to get the upset as well. And here's why. The Browns usually beat the Steelers, even if the Steelers are a great team. Well, hold up. Have you already done Patriots Saints? Patriots win 27-20. I do think it's going to be close off by Richard Worcester, who is a Patriots fan. No, that's actually the next game we're about to get to after this Browns Steelers game. Spoiler, I guess. No, we have not. So I will address that whenever I address this Browns Steelers game. Look, the Steelers always do this, where they always lose to the teams that they're not really supposed to lose on paper, and the Browns kind of have the Steelers' number the past few years. Ever since Myles Garrett done bang Mason Rudolph in the head with the helmet, it's been like, okay, the Browns beat the Steelers a few times. And the Steelers do too, but I think, it's going to be one of those games where the Steelers are unprepared, and I think the Browns get one, 27-19. Now, the game we've all been waiting for. The New England Patriots at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints, man, a week ago, got them 5 turnovers, man. They got a handful of turnovers against the New York Giants. Whew. Steelers suck against bad teams. It's the tradition of playing down competition. Amen, Richard. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, let's get back to this one though. The Saints, man, forced 5 turnovers against the New York Giants, who just beat the Eagles last night. So you can say it's just the Giants all you want. But hey, they just. But the Patriots, man, they had a pretty solid win against the Buffalo Bills. In fact, no, that wasn't a solid win. That was a great win, man. You're playing against a top 5 team, a divisional game, and in a game where I think they were on the road. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure they were on the road. And you got them. You got them where you wanted them. And now you're coming to the Dome on Sunday. How do you feel about this game?
You're right, my brother. It was a win for the Patriots on the road in Buffalo. But I think the Patriots come crashing down this week. I think they seen the highs of the highs last week. And, it all got to end sometime. And it's going to end this week. I think the Saints keep their winning streak going. I think they get number 2 this week. Give me the Saints 21-20. 1-point game. Defensive game. I think Blake Grupe makes a field goal with 2 seconds left.
That's a bold prediction.
Saints victory.
Yeah. Look, if you're right, I'll obviously love it. Because I'm a Saints fan. You're a Saints fan. I'm a Saints fan. We're all Saints fans, except for Richard. He's a Patriot fan.
But we love all
unfortunately for me,
Richard's always welcome in there.
Yeah, you're always welcome, Richard. Unfortunately for me, and fortunately for Richard, I got the Patriots winning. It's just like, look, I love the Saints, obviously, and I don't like picking against them, but I try to make these picks without the blind faith. Look, I could see the Saints winning this game. I could see it. But this is a game where I think the Patriots, they're coming off of some great momentum. I could see maybe the Patriots are looking past the Saints because they just beat the Bills. Maybe the Saints catch them off guard. I could see that. But I mean, I can't just assume that. Okay, I mean, they just beat the Bills. They had a couple solid wins. I'm kidding. I am huffing that copium. I don't know. I missed your comment. So when we win against the Saints, are we better than the Eagles by the logical velocity? I'll still say it'll be close for sure. Okay. I mean, I think it might be. I think the Patriots win 31-19. The Saints have been playing in too many close games. Okay, this is gonna be one of their games where it's like, okay, we're still the Saints. You gotta remember that it's still a rebuild year. But if the Saints win, will I be talking crap? Yes. But give me the Patriots to win 31-19. But hey, like I said, if we win, will I be talking crap? Yes. If we lose, will I be depressed? Probably. Anyways, or maybe I can't tell the future. But anyways, that's the Saints game. Now let's move on to the 3:05 slot Central Time. We got the Tennessee Titans at the Las Vegas Raiders in a game which, unfortunately, for mankind, has to be played. Good God, the Titans last week, man, they beat the Cardinals, but did they though? That game, I'm still confused about what happened. I still don't even think that game was real. The logical philosophy being we beat the Saints and the Saints beat the Giants and the Giants beat the Eagles, therefore we are better. It's all logic. Yeah, I mean, shoot. I mean, we might be better than the Eagles, and if you beat the Eagles, or if you beat us, then you might be better than the Eagles, and whoever you play next week, if they beat y'all, then they're better than the Eagles, and whoever that team plays the week after that, then they're better. But it's like a process of elimination to see who's the best team in the NFL. I'm looking forward to the game. It'll be a close one for sure. I ain't gonna lie, Richard, I was expecting you to talk a lot of crap because you've been talking crap a lot lately, but hey, I respect it, man. I respect. It doesn't have to be a hassle every single week. We can just go in there, make the best team win. Hey, whatever happens, happens. I like that. A lot of people, especially we're talking crap for every single game. So I like that you're not talking as much. Like you can still talk crap, but I just don't like talking crap every single week. Like if it's the Falcons, I talk crap every week because I feel like it. Anyways, I got nothing. I don't like the Patriots because I know some of your fans be pissing me off. But it's cool. We have a paper soft schedule aside from the Bills and Buccaneers. Yeah, we'll see. But anyways, Titans Raiders. The Raiders, they got blown out by Indiana Jones. Titans did whatever they did, which was win somehow. So what's your prediction for this something?
Well, one team has to win. That's my prediction. One team has to win. And I'm going to lean toward the Raiders simply because they're at home. Simply because being at home, they might be able to get a call or a bounce or something go their way. So, and I'm going to pick a score of Raiders 6, Titans 3, and I ain't even joking. I think that's probably could be the final score.
This man just said 6-3 in the year 2025. So, I ain't shaming. I ain't score shaming. A lot of trap games, not easy. Trap games. Yeah, shoot. No, we saw last night. Everybody expected the Eagles to go out there and blow the doors off the Giants, and the Giants literally just had the Uno reverse card, so and they blew the doors off the Eagles. So nothing in the NFL is guaranteed, man. In fact, after the prediction segment, I want to get to this LSU South Carolina game because I got some stuff to say about these South Carolina fans that are some ninnies. I got to address them. So stay tuned after the predictions if you want to see Category 5 Hurricane come out. Anyways, Titans Raiders. You got Raiders winning 6-3. Who did I have? Hold on, let me go up. I had the Titans winning 19-16, mainly because I don't trust the Raiders. I picked the Raiders to win last week, and I think I might have picked them the week before that. The Raiders suck. Bro, you said the Raiders went 6-3. Well, guess what? They scored 6 points last week, and they lost by 30-some points. So it's like, bro, the Raiders suck. And the Titans suck too, just not as bad as the Raiders, at least in my opinion. Well, they might be on the same level of suckiness, but give me the Titans to win 19-16. Anyways, next we got the Cincinnati Bengals for the 325 games. Cincinnati Bengals at the Green Bay Packers. Bengals, man, they got Joe Flacco in that quarterback. And Dad, you still remember that bet you made earlier this week, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're going to be the biggest Joe Flacco fanboy if the Bengals win this game. Yeah, and the Packers, well, I think they were on bye last week, so they didn't play. So, what is your Bengals-Packers prediction?
My prediction for the Flacco Bowl is going to be, man, look, if the Bengals win this game, I'll be so surprised. I wouldn't be more surprised if I woke up and my head was sewn to the carpet. That's how surprised I would be. But I'm going to go Packers in this one, 33-13. I don't think the Bengals get much going on offense at all.
33-13. All right. Richard said, Kyle Phelps, where you at? With a laughing emoji. Yeah, hey, it's probably doing life stuff right now, but yeah, we kind of talked about this game last night. If you were watching the Who Dey versus Who Dat podcast, that was streaming on my channel and his when we were streaming the Eagles Giants game. Yeah, this game I think the Bengals actually do pull off a win. Because here's why. Joe Flacco already beat the Packers this year, so let's do it again. Round number 2. Yeah, give me the Bengals to win 22-15. Why? Because I said so, and it's funny. All right, last 225 game. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Last week, the 49ers, man, Mac Jones, some got into him. Playing great. And they just beat the Rams. It's like, okay. And the Bucs, what did they do? Well, they allowed 35 points, and yet they still won the games. I don't know what to think about them either at this current moment. So what is your pick for the 49ers Buccaneers?
I think Mac Jones keeps it going, bro. I think he keeps it going. He's playing well. The 49ers are playing well as a team. They're 4-1, going into Tampa Bay to win this game on the road. And the score is going to be 24-21.
Yeah, I'm going the 49ers to win. Kind of the same score. Give me the 49ers to win this one 26-24. I just think, Mac Jones is on a roll. And you know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, yeah, give me the 49ers to win. Now, for Sunday night football, we got the Detroit Lions at the Kansas City Chiefs. That there is a real and even a bit of a realistic possibility that the Chiefs might be 2-4 after Sunday night. So what is your prediction?
My prediction is the Chiefs are in a tough spot here. I mean, the 2-3, and you're right. And the Red Hot Lions are coming in 4-1. I mean, they do have the home field advantage. The Chiefs do. They're gonna have Taylor Swift up there in the box, doing giving a little Swifty sauce to the game. But I think the Lions are coming in to burn the house down. You heard me? They're gonna burn the house down. It's gonna be. I don't even think it's gonna be close. I'm gonna predict a blowout here. I think the Lions 37-20.
37-20 says. I think it's gonna be more defensive than that. Give me the Lions to win though, 18-16, and for the first time in the Mahomes era, the Chiefs might be cooked. Now, for Monday Night Football, we got a doubleheader. Dad's good old favorite games, man. He does not love anything more than doubleheaders on a Monday night. You feel me?
Lies.
We got the Buffalo Bills at the Atlanta Falcons at 6:15. Dad, what is your prediction for this one? Which I think I already know, but just give it to us.
I gotta change my contacts and wipe my screen off. Does that say the Falcons with 2 wins? What? How did that happen?
Played against some bad teams.
Anyway, they won't get their third Monday night. All right. Josh Allen and those boys, coming off a tough loss to the Patriots. I think they get their mojo back in a big way. And I think they win 28-3. No. I think they win 28. I'll give the Falcons 18 in this one.
Yeah, I don't like Atlanta, but I will give them a little bit of credit. I think they will hang with the Bills, but I think the Bills get the win at the end. Give me Buffalo to win 19-16. And now for the last game of the week, Monday Night Football, 7:15. We got the Chicago Bears at the Washington Commanders. Now, Dad, you remember what happened last year when both of these teams played?
Hail Mary.
Man, Hail Mary for the Jaden Daniels. Last week, man, the Bears did not play, so they could not lose or win or tie. Commanders, what did they do a week ago? Put up 27 on a solid Chargers defense and pitched a shutout 3 out of the 4 quarters. 3 consecutive quarters, by the way. So what is your prediction for this one?
My prediction is, not going to need a Hail Mary in this one. I do predict that the Commanders are going to win, not needing a Hail Mary in the last play of the game. So the score is going to be 26-20, but the Commanders are going to be up big, and the Bears are going to come get some garbage points, and 26-20.
26-20. Yeah, I got the Commanders winning by 2 touchdowns, giving them 29-15. They don't even get the garbage time points. But anyways, that's it for predictions. But I still got something to address. Let's see. So these are the teams that Dad and I predict to get a win. I'm gonna start. Usually I start with Dad, but I'm gonna start with mine. I go first this time. Anyways, well, I thought the Eagles were gonna win last night, which did not happen. And teams I think is gonna get a win: Broncos, Ravens, Cowboys, Colts, Seahawks, Chargers, Browns, Patriots, Titans, Bengals, 49ers, Lions, Bills, and Commanders. And teams that Dad thinks gonna win this week. Well, we already thought the Eagles were going to win, which did not happen. Wait, hold up. Damn, we don't get a bye till week 10. Oof, Richard, that's tough. I don't even. When's the Saints bye week? I think it's also late this season as well. But anyways, Dad thinks who's going to get a win. Well, let's see. Broncos, Rams, Panthers, Colts, Seahawks, Chargers, Browns, Saints, Raiders, Packers, 49ers, Lions, Bills, and Commanders. Now, before we head out, I want to address some South Carolina fanboys. So, if y'all don't know, LSU plays South Carolina tomorrow. And these South Carolina fans keep on trying to complain to me, well, not to me, but trying to complain in general about last year. If you don't remember, LSU played South Carolina, and they keep saying that they were robbed. Dad, do you remember all those penalty flags being thrown?
Yeah.
Do you remember why?
Because they like to hold.
Exactly, but they keep saying, penalties, man. LSU only beat us because of penalties. You cannot yank a quarterback by the freaking horse collar, forcing a pick six, and not expect a flag. That's going to happen 100 times out of 100. You cannot intercept a pass, and then when the quarterback's running, you can't block them into oblivion and not expect a flag. The Gamecock of Clemson, I don't follow college, that's fair. No, the South Carolina Gamecocks. It's like, nah, bro, you cannot do that type of stuff. So when you try and come after me, get your facts right. Okay, if they were just bad calls, if they were just terrible calls, if they threw a flag on you because you slightly you didn't even hold him that much, okay, I'll maybe understand that. But these were blatant penalties, bro. You cannot just yank a quarterback by the freaking horse collar of his shirt, force him to pick six and not expect the flag. And also, you want to say, penalties is what helped y'all win? How about you try this? How about you don't blow a 17-point lead on your home field, South Carolina fans? How about you don't let LSU take the lead with 2 minutes left in the game, South Carolina fans? How about you don't miss a game-time field goal at the end of the game, South Carolina fans? How about your Lenore Seller keeps some drives going on third downs, South Carolina fans? How about your defense get a stop in the second half, South Carolina fans? I understand sometimes I can get mad at the refs too. You even saw Sunday when the Saints played the Giants. I got mad at the refs for that opening drive. And obviously in 2019 with that non-pass interference call. I'm not saying don't be mad at the refs if it's deserved. But when you're getting mad at the refs because you shot your own self in the foot, like the Saints-Rams game, that was different. But here, it's you shot yourselves in the leg and you're trying to baby y'all? Why? Because y'all haven't won anything in your whatever amount of years of existence? Nah, I don't mess with that junk. Bro, I understand refs aren't perfect, but it's when you had a 17-0 lead and you're blue. Just accept the fact, okay? I understand sometimes, y'all can take my stuff out of context. I don't blame the refs for us losing the NFC Championship game. Why I'm mad is that it basically was harder. Basically what I'm saying about that play in particular is that was a blatant call that they should have called, which could have helped us win. But losers only blame other people. Okay? So, Dad, I have a question. Do you have anything to address to the South Carolina Ninjas?
The only thing I have is that they won't be talking about the refs. They won't be talking about, whatever else excuse comes to their little brains. Because do they know that they're playing in Baton Rouge on a Saturday night, 6:45 kickoff? Do you know what that means? I don't think they know what that means. Mike, tell me what that means.
That means y'all are done for because Brian Kelly, I think, bro, LSU has only lost one home game under Brian Kelly, and that was against Bama last year where we just crucified ourselves. Like, every other home game has been a W for Brian Kelly. I'm not worried about, like, if this game's in South Carolina, okay, I'll feel a little bit worried. A little bit. Not a whole lot, but just a tiny bit. But we're at home. I'm not worried about that. LSU's got a nice home cooked meal ready for them. LSU's got a nice, their own comfy bed to sleep in. We're chilling.
And you know, LSU's defense been, on point all year long. They ready to go. I mean, the problem has been our offense, but we had the bye week last week. Hopefully, we got a little bit healthier and a little bit more practice time. I think the offense going forward is going to be better. So
yeah, and plus they still got that taste of that Ole Miss game that they're still trying to get out their mouth.
Right. So I think they're gonna come out fast and they're gonna come out swinging. Try to put this one to bed early, and then they have a tough stretch of games that they're gonna have to get it.
Yeah, but I guarantee you this though. I guarantee you this. If LSU somehow loses this game, we're going to be up here next week talking about how bad the offensive line is, how bad Nussmeier was. But we ain't going to be complaining about no goddamn refs. I guarantee you that.
Nope.
Some people would just disgust me. But anyways, Dad, do you have anything else?
Nope, we're good.
All right, Dad, where can they find you?
Find me at Mic'd Up Sports. Find me on Hurricane Mike Show. And don't forget that Jesus is King.
Jesus is King now. Yeah, you can always, hold on, shout out to Richard Worcester for popping in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn the bell until you don't miss another upload. You can always find me at Hurricane Mike, Kyle Phelps, and Keeping It Real, Who That's Sports Podcast. And I'm going to leave you as always with a who dat. And don't be a what?
Don't be a Falcon fan. They even lost on their bye week.
Definitely.